Now, tell the people what's happening.
Tell the people what's happening.
We're checking connection on the phone.
Hey,
So
it's been a couple weeks.
It's been a few weeks.
I mean,
sure.
we haven't done the lives on Monday.
We've been trying.
We've been traveling. We've been busy. It's been a crazy kind of a day. We've got a special guest going to join us here.
Yeah, we're going through the holiday season now, so things are totally changing in the office and with business and everything that's happening. But if you haven't seen the main series, you've got to get over there and see it. I mean, yesterday's drop was so epic and so fun. I mean, I did it. I wrote it. I was there. I lived the whole thing, but I watched it twice already.
What do you mean you wrote it? You wrote all the copy that we said?
Rode.
Oh, you wrote?
Yeah.
You were writing? You mean you were writing in the video?
I didn't roach it.
You said you wrote it.
Yeah, I wrote.
Missed it.
I wrote on the road.
What's he throwing at you?
Yeah,
I'm just throwing paper at you. I'm just trying to clean up this little desk area
So you
here.
throw it over
So-
in here?
Well, I was looking for the trash can. You
So
know,
it was
you
such
know.
a great, I mean, and that was episode 5. If you haven't caught up, catch up, man, because you're behind and that can get you a bad grade on your report card.
Yeah.
Well, I got to tell you, you've got to go to the end of this video. The stuff where we're across from Nova Scotia, up in Lubeck, the tower there that's amazing,
So-
lighthouse.
Speaking of bad grades, we did have a comment on the YouTube video about when we were at Helen's, and he said normally it would be a misdemeanor
Oh,
that
right.
you guys order meatloaf in Maine,
Right.
but
responded
because you're
to that.
Californian,
Yeah.
you know,
It was cold. We needed comfort food.
sure did. Well, at least I got
gotta
the
say
scallops.
something real quick.
What's that?
You guys hear the phone in the background? We could be hanging out all day with no phone calls. But as soon as that camera goes live, the frickin' phone rings.
Or cars run in front of us.
What's
or
the line?
Like
If you want business, take a shit.
Yeah. Right.
Hey,
I like
so
that.
hey, we're gonna have Luke Leatherman join us.
Not
Yeah.
yet.
So they're
Yeah.
they're
No,
setting
no,
up.
not
They're
yet.
setting up right now. They'll be good to go in about
We got-
5-ish minutes or
What?
so.
We got a few things.
Yeah, we got some stuff to run through,
So
and
what? Why are you cussing?
I don't
So
know,
we
man.
have a Guy Buck who sent us a really
Guy
cool sheriff's badge from Tennessee, and it's the office that Buford Pusser
Yeah.
came from. So that's so
A little history there, huh?
Thank you for that, Guy. Appreciate the patch. And then we had another guy send in 2. This is Dave Rumlet,
And he's got it in a Harley envelope.
Pennsylvania State Police in New Haven. New Haven. Watch out, Reckless. New
Whoa.
Haven coming at you.
Yeah, I believe those are patches of both departments. He retired out of one and is in another department. So
So Dave Rumlet and Guy
nice.
Buck.
Thank you
Thank
guys.
you guys for these
We
cool
appreciate it.
patches. They're going on the wall.
You know, the other thing that would be cool, because like when we did the Wigs for Kids, we could actually see the founder in the screen,
He can.
but we can't.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, once we get that TV set up.
Yeah, we'll have
You
to
can flip it around. I
have to
guess
have
we
a
can.
TV up there.
So I just put a note out on Instagram Live because we are live from YouTube and Instagram at the same time right now. We'll kind of be going back and forth answering comments. I'll be trying to monitor both. But we'll let, once Luke hops on, we'll let him do his deal, share all the good info,
Yeah, I think this is a first time for us trying to do Instagram Live and YouTube Live, but it kind of makes more sense for us because
Yeah.
we're repeating.
Right.
We got some people used to the Mondays, but Instagram doesn't have IGTV anymore, which is where you could
Kinda
put
weird,
it
yeah.
down on the grid and people could view it, and it kind of just loses itself when it's just in the posts or the stories.
we don't want
So
to lose ourselves, but
we don't.
so go check out the main drop, and then in the meantime, we're this last week we were in Arizona and went up to Mount Lemmon, and wait to see the footage we got up there. I mean, we were in the snow, 32 degrees. That's always great on your motorcycle.
Well, you'll hear the story it's got a green underbrim too. When you watch the drop, but like, look, it was a year ago, September, I think is when we started headed to Tortilla Flats. Maybe it was October, or headed to Mount Lemmon. And we were, cruising down the 10, and all of a sudden we get a text from Zach Odell. And he's like, hey, I just moved out here. You guys got to check out Tortilla Flat. You're so close. Go to Goldfield. It's a
your
little
mic
gold town.
mic's a little close.
A little close?
Yeah.
And
There
that
you go.
changed,
Perfect.
that changed the whole deal.
That changed the whole deal because that's where we met Dale Evans. What?
I was going to say, turn your phone on to YouTube and we can see Lou.
Yeah, it's when we get there. But it was pretty interesting because we'd never gone up the Salt River Canyon
Right.
and up to Sholo, and it was such a great ride. But we also made a great friend in Dale.
Right.
And we actually went back there last week and we met with Dale again at the Union. He does a bike night every Tuesday. You should go check that place out. Great food, great fun. And we went over to Rockford and had a great day the following day and got to see the facility and how they put all the components together and all their R&D stuff.
Their place is amazing.
So cool.
And we sat in a side-by-side that had 58 speakers.
58 speakers.
It blew our kidneys apart. Our lungs exploded.
When he launched that, it was just, I was going to have a heart attack. But then we finally made our way. We found this little gem of a hotel, the Lodge on the Desert.
Yes.
And they treated us great. Kyle, the manager, it was his first day.
He bought us drinks.
He bought us some drinks, which was cool. And made our way up to Mount Lemmon. And I got to tell you, that was just, you're on the desert floor and you've got all these cacti everywhere. And it's just like barrels and all this stuff. And all of a sudden you get up to the mid part of the mountain. And now it's breaking into the scrub oak and some small pines. And then to get to the top of the mountain, you've got quake and aspen and pines. And we had about a foot of snow on the side of the road.
But the thing about that is going from the desert, when you got to the mid zone,
Yeah.
there was these jetting rocks,
Oh,
and pinnacles and towers. It's like you're in Canyonlands, Utah, but with beige rocks instead of red rocks. Not as big, but just intense, weird shapes with all those trees and everything you just described. Amazing.
Well, and the other, I mean, we always talk about riding at no cost and no matter. If it rains, we've still got to go. Like it's raining tonight, and when I rode in this morning, it wasn't. You rode in as well.
Yeah.
I may have to rain gear up to get home, and I just washed the damn bike. So now here we go again. But
Yes.
what's great about that is it rained all night,
Right.
and when we got up, it was still a little chilly, but the cloud structures and the blue sky, it was just,
It was cold enough that when I fired my bike up in the garage,
yeah.
I thought something was up because there was so much steam filling the garage. I mean, more than I've ever seen.
This morning?
Coming out of the exhaust, just, and that's a new bike, but hey.
Well, I was
Anyway,
talking about the clouds in
Yeah.
in
I was talking about
Tucson.
the clouds in my garage.
Gotcha.
It started raining. Made its own weather system in my garage. So, yeah, check it out.
What's on my head?
That's that new Highwayman hat.
What is it?
Highwayman 2-lane life
What's
hat.
going on with it?
Puff letters.
It's raised lettering.
Yeah.
And 100% of the proceeds from that hat will be donated to the 2-Lane Life Travel Foundation, which helps us travel all over the country and keep doing what we do to bring you guys great content.
Yeah.
I love
Wow,
it.
listen to Josh.
Anyway,
So,
I mean, what else we got? There was a good comment that was Rhode Island Redneck. He mentioned it, I think, on the video as well. He was saying, I know I said it yesterday, but that was so cool to see my route to work and home that you guys were ripping up. Sorry the roads are so shitty.
Yeah.
that was cool.
It's cool, though. I mean, hearing comments from people all over the country.
Yeah.
We're just running through their towns. Whoa.
Oh,
Yeah, no,
what are you
worry about
doing?
that.
Sorry
So,
about that.
is he on? There was one on Highway 3. Is that Rhode Island's?
I think it was when we were doing. It was either on the 3 or right before it.
Because he was saying he travels to 3
Yeah,
on his way to work. We've had a lot of people come. I mean, I was sitting in there for about 30 minutes just responding to comments.
Right. Yeah. It's this one's getting great comments, great
Yeah.
feedback.
I mean,
It was a great video. They're getting so much fun to do. We're having
Yeah.
a great time, and
I mean, especially with the help of Zach and Legend having a second camera, extra footage. It was going through that. Not only did we have a really cool story of the day. I mean, it was probably my favorite video, at least like structure and content wise. Like there was other ones where I'm like, wow, that was an epic day.
Yeah.
But I mean, some of those shots just hard to
Mount
beat.
Lemon's going to be epic, and
It is. Well, we haven't got there yet.
And it's really funny. We ride these trips, and we're we're stoked and we're having a good time and we're loving what we're seeing and we're filming it, we're capturing, we're having a good, and then we get home and you almost forget, and then you start seeing Josh editing and we're talking about it, and then it plays again. You're like, oh wow, that was really great. I remember it now because I'm thinking of the next one already.
Well, in the series, the fourth one of the series, I forgot we ate at that Mexican restaurant.
Right.
I'm like, what?
Yeah.
And Teresa reminded me of that. She'd forgotten as well.
Then you see it and you're like,
oh yeah. And that was good food.
Yeah.
So, hey, it's a holiday spirit, holiday time. Little plug for the 2 Lane Life store. We've got sock bundles, shirt bundles. We've got these new hats coming. We'll have black and green. We've got the puffed and raised lettering. We still have some blue badge hats. We've got the Highwaymen. There's still a few of those left, the limited edition. And we've got some see y'all down the road stuff. Most of our hoodies are gone. We've only got a couple triple X's left, but we've got some good gear. And then look, YouTube 10 on is it YouTube 10 on the discount code?
I think it's just YouTube.
So YouTube on the discount code, you pick up,
Christmas presents.
Pick up a Clockworks windshield, pick up a Feuling vented dipstick, pick up a cam chest kit. I mean,
yes, sir.
Time of year. Let's do it. Treat ourselves.
Gear, and we got
Life gear. For those on Instagram, if I'm not getting back to your comments, I'm juggling a little bit of technology back here, so be patient.
So one thing, we got some cool stuff coming up. I mean, next week, what are we doing? We're going to be filming a little thing with our wives.
Why don't you talk about that?
We're going to be filming on the new, I think it's the new Harley Davidson's 2022s.
Yeah, they started a United campaign, and so
it.
this is an extension to that campaign, and so I think we're going to have a vignette there. There'll be 4 or 5 of them.
But the interesting thing is, this is the first time they said we want your wives.
Yeah,
with you.
pretty crazy.
So we're going to have our wives. We're going to do a little film, little video. And you guys will see it when Harley releases it. That'll be cool. But the thing that I'm excited about the most.
What's behind you?
See that sign right there? That Pan America.
Holy Pan America.
Well, we're getting 4 Pan Americas. Galen, Josh, myself, and our good buddy Randy Cummins. And we're going to have him live in a few weeks. But in the beginning of February, we're going to go from our studio on all dirt to a cabin and some stuff. I mean, I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, I think, and Randy's a really, gnarly adventure biker.
Right.
He's they call him the small bikes. He does that too, the regular motocross bikes. But he's got a couple of destinations that we're going to travel with him. If there's no snow, may get up into Kennedy Meadows.
Yeah.
If there's snow, we may take a little back way into Kernville. He was talking about through Jawbone.
Right.
I mean,
so
could be fun.
The 2 Lane Life crew is going to be on Pan Americas. Randy's ridden these already, done a great job. You can see it. His Instagram is my 1080R.
1090R.
1090R. So
yes, sir.
Check him out.
But we got some cool stuff coming. We can't wait to share it.
So are we going to be able to hear Luke?
Yes, they are awaiting now, just like we were able to hear on the Wings for Kids guy. It'll just play off my speaker. Excellent. No worries. So I guess that means we're ready for the man.
Let's do it.
Bring him in.
And
we doing it live?
Since we're live, we got to get we're doing it live from the one only.
This big dark shadow in front of me. Can you guys see me?
Yeah, I can see it. You're all good. A little shadowy, but
see you.
Got to rep the hat.
Can they?
Oh, there we go.
Can they get a little light on you?
So,
can they get a little light on you?
How about a light? Can somebody get a light?
Now that looks better. So this is Luke Leatherman, and he's a great friend of ours, and we've been on every Sturgis trip together with Luke. We have a good time with Luke from everything: eating, riding, drinking, partying, whatever.
What? Hey, Luke, what do you got there?
I thought we were doing it live.
We are.
What do you got there?
Do it live, Mark. Love to see it.
Yes.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers, Luke.
How's that coin going for you?
Well, it depends if you're counting hours or days,
Hey, we
What's up,
appreciate you.
boys?
We appreciate you jumping on today.
Well, I really appreciate the opportunity to get on and not only see the boys, talk with you, and tell maybe a spiel to all your fans out there.
Yeah, we're ready to hear it. They love hearing this kind of stuff. I mean, they enjoyed your video, what we did when we went down there. But if you don't know, Luke has made our bikes fast for years. I mean, their stuff, when you put it in the bike, you can't see it, but you sure can feel it. I'm telling you.
I like that.
Hey, so why don't we spend just a couple minutes and why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself before we jump into Feuling? Are you a father? What's your story? Where'd you grow up? What's your education? What was happening?
Oh, wow, we're going deep, huh?
We're gonna go a little deep on this one.
I mean, who was your
I feel
daddy?
like I feel like I should be laying down on the sofa right now. You know,
Yeah,
the leather sofa.
We'll get there next.
Luke Leatherman, born and raised in Michigan, and moved out to Southern California. And I learned something. Is you don't have to shovel sunshine. You do have a price to pay for being out here, especially in California, I think right now. But Michigan's a little rough this time of year.
Oh yeah,
yeah, it sure is. What was your background before you started, and how did you meet the Feuling crew?
I grew up in the automotive industry.
Okay.
Pop had a independent repair shop type deal, kind of covered the spectrum, anywhere from your standard maintenance stuff up to a little bit of hot rod work.
Yeah.
I went to a school that part of the requirement was we went out to the SEMA show, Apex show in Las Vegas every year. And it was there that I met Jim Feuling and the crew. They had a booth set up there. And one of the guys that actually worked for Jim went to the same school that I did. And that kind of kicked off, I guess, the relationship, if you will, because we knew some of the same people. And I don't know, I guess the rest is kind of, history. That was 20, 25 years ago, and here we are.
wow.
So Feuling's got this kind of interesting name, and people are like, why are you spelling fuel wrong? But it's really Jim's last name, right?
Yeah, that's the founder's name, Jim Feuling. And one thing that I always like to look at, maybe you guys and some of your viewers out there will remember, but anytime you're at the gas station pumping gas after you put your credit card in, or I don't know, maybe you're paying cash or whatever, but it always says begin fueling. And of course they spell it F-U-E, but I think from now on, hopefully you guys think of me when you see that on the gas pump.
Now I know I will.
Wow. It's kind of like one of those hidden what do they call that? Subliminal marketing. Like if you look at the arrow between the E and between the E and the X on a FedEx truck, there's an arrow, and it's saying it's going from night to day. So they deliver overnight.
Yes.
So now I'm in a mind F you with that.
I mean, we went from Vidalia onions to, I mean, we're talking logos now.
That's right. So tell us a little bit about Feuling. How old is she?
Feuling started back in the 70s, and Jim Feuling started with exhaust systems. He created the anti-reversion exhaust system, and that kind of led into digging deeper into the engine. And his technology, as far as the Feuling technology, is still widely used in virtually every internal combustion engine to some degree. And through the research and development, designing exhaust systems led into doing cylinder heads, intake systems, camshafts, and on and on. So the main business was developing technology and then licensing it to the manufacturers. So whether it be General Motors, Ford, John Deere, they would reach out, knowing it was Skunk Works facility, very talented small group of people. And then Feuling would make his revenue when the manufacturer started pumping out production vehicles, and you start collecting money off the units that were being sold. So really fun business. However, it was very tough to protect because there's no agency out there to protect technology. So you have to do it yourself, whether it be your patents, your license agreements, what have you. Feuling did quite a bit of work for Harley-Davidson. The twin cam engine, which was in production from 99 to 17. And then there were some other race development engines that were also done. And that is what kind of created Feuling Parts, because off of that was a little spin-off company that we started selling aftermarket parts. There you go.
That's awesome. And yeah, he was involved with Harley for quite some time. And then you guys, like we did the tour down there, and you guys were working on the cylinder head. And where were you? Where are you at on that? I think you were going to a 4-valve, and
We're going to 3-valve.
3-valve. Sorry.
We're hot and heavy on it, and I think most people are well familiar with the struggles out there in manufacturing right now, and we're kind of on, doing everything that we can to keep the existing line going, whether it's buying material, whether it's, I mean, there seems to be a hiccup left and right, but we're on it. We're doing castings for the heads and for the rocker arms right now. And we've got the shafts and valves. I know we've got some of the pieces and parts already finished up, and, it's starting to come together. And, we really hope to present and showcase the product on our race bike that we've been doing for the BRL or Bagger Racing League. And in fact, we were just up at Sonoma. I don't know if any of your viewers caught that, but that was kind of exciting.
You guys got the podium.
Ben put it up on the box.
Nice.
A small step, but we were there.
Well, we're excited to see more of that stuff too.
Right on.
Hold on, Josh. What do you got?
Oh no, I'm just cracking up. I found which mic was yours. Fix that up.
Gotcha.
This Ty Stevio Glide said it's blasting in my ear holes. Did I already say that?
Yeah, no, you didn't say that.
Okay. Yeah, so his ear holes were getting.
So is it fine now?
It should be good now. Monitored it up a little bit.
Okay.
So one thing you all need to know about Feuling, I mean, that's Luke right there on your screen, and he is the man. He owns it. He's making things happen, but he's there. He's on point. He cares about what he makes. He doesn't like junk to go out. So it's such a, he's so meticulous about what's going to end up in that box, and you're going to get to put in your bike. If he doesn't like it, it's not going out the door. That's for sure.
And speaking of which, and we might get to the details later, but speaking of what's in the box, what do we got right here?
Yeah, we got a couple little goodies sent up to us, and Luke, you can talk about this if you want. We got the oil pump and a cam plate that we're going to give away. We'll put some rules out. We'll put a text out, a post also on Instagram, but it's going to be one of those where you need to be following Feuling and 2-Lane Life, as well as tagging a couple of your friends, 3 of those. And so in the spirit of the holidays, we'll get this out. We'll have a nice little run over the next couple of days. We'll send it out on Tuesday. We'll do it on Monday afternoon. Luke, you want to talk about this stuff in here?
I would love to talk about it. I don't know how many of your viewers are on a twin cam or Milwaukee 8. Do you guys have any idea what is the most popular with your viewers?
I think that's a mix of both. But I think Milwaukee 8.
It's probably a mix of both.
Oh, yeah. Well, what we got there is the Milwaukee 8 oiling system, and I'll tell you that we spent a lot of time, a lot of hours developing an oil pump and a cam plate for these Milwaukee 8s. This engine was somewhat plagued right out of the gate with some oiling system problems, which kind of fell right into our wheelhouse. So we went in there, and I know we probably made a variation of 20 different gears, shapes and sizes, played with the oil passages, and just worked to get the engine temperatures down and get the oil flow where it needed to be. And there you have it. We optimized what we say is we optimized the oil flow in and out of the engine. And there's a lot of benefits from that. Not only the cooler engine, but as you guys have witnessed firsthand, is you get a lot quieter engine as well.
Well, I had your system full build in my 2018 with the push rods and the springs and all the good fueling components. And I put 75,000 miles of uninterrupted joy and fun on the open highway. So for me, it was pretty bulletproof.
No, it's incredible stuff, and I had it at 3 different bikes, and I mean, it doesn't disappoint. And when we're out and you just crack that throttle, these M8s have some torque and they're a decent
Right.
motor, but when you've got a build on it and you crack that throttle, and I look over at Luke and he looks at me and he does 3, 2, 1, and we rip.
Yeah. The Sturgis group with
no.
all these great bikes that are built, and they all have fueling, and there's 10 of us just flying down the 2 lanes.
Yeah.
I mean, right here, even Ty CBO Glide says, my cam chest loves Luke Leatherman.
Yeah, buddy.
So we got a couple kind of on here too. We got like 5 for M8. We got a good 6 or 7 for twin cam. We got a couple Evos on there. So it's about a little mix of both, you know.
I like it.
Hey, so with that cam plate, you're talking about oil passages. Isn't it like a 30% reduction in heat, and because you're moving so much oil?
Yeah, you're moving. Basically what we did is we took and made the oil pump flow as best as we could in and out of the engine. Okay, and that's great, but if you can't get the pump to optimize itself with the passages in the engine, then it kind of defeats the purpose. So what we go and do is then match the cam plate up, and that's kind of your junction box, if you will. So this would be this is the pretty side of the cam plate. That's what's facing out. But this is the nitty-gritty dirt side over here. So you got all the passages, and you can see all in the side of it, you have these plugs that are blocking off all the cross drillings. And so what we did is you have all the cross drillings in the plate, and then ultimately you have your in and out of the cam plate, which is then, going to go from the oil pump. And so what we did is we took all the cross drillings and then the in and out of the plate and matched it to the engine case. And you'll find that the factory cam plate, believe it or not, and even some of our competitors are all mismatched in those passages. And some of it is a result to not having a big enough oil pump, and they're just plain not able to do that with the passages. So,
right.
Premium parts, billet aluminum, made here in the United States. And, like I said, optimized to getting that oil moving around.
So a lot of these guys that are on the newer bikes are on 114s. We get questions all the time. What do you recommend there on a cam for them?
Well, for the 114s, we really have 2 camshafts that I would recommend. Our 465, which is what Pops rode for quite a while in his first Milwaukee 8. That's a great all-around cam for both 107s and 114s. Going to give you probably the widest power band. We've got the next step up from that's what we call a 472 grind, and that's going to be more for your throttle jockey guy that's looking to play in the little higher RPMs. You're going to have you're going to sacrifice some down low. And, as you said, Galen, earlier, that these Milwaukee 8s, they do hit pretty hard, and they've got a good torque out of the gate anyways in comparison to, say, a twin cam. And if you guys are familiar with looking at, say, dyno graphs from a twin cam or an Evolution, it's very common to see the big dip, down low, and then they ramp up, where the Milwaukee 8s are more straight up and, linear, if you will. And the big benefit, or I guess why you see that with the Milwaukee 8, not only do they have some bigger cubic inch, but the main reason you see that torque input down low is because it's a 4-valve. It really gets the air flowing in and out. And in this situation, the way Harley's got them set up, this 4-valve is much more of a torque cylinder head and down low RPM cylinder head than it is a higher RPM. We still see more horsepower per cubic inch out of the 2-valve twin cam stuff than we do the 4-valve, which is, kind of interesting. But
yeah.
So the 465 is going to give you a wider band, but the 472 is really that hot rod.
Yeah, for a bolt-in on a 114, that's going to be more of a hot rod. Probably going to be a little bit more sensitive to the exhaust system you put on. The 465 is really going to be happy with about any exhaust pipe and air cleaner combination you put on it. But you get into the bigger cam, sacrifice a little bit down low, but then you pick up top, and starts to bring more of the components into play.
And talk about the learning effect. I mean, you guys, you're doing the Bagger Race League, and you're doing different engines and motor. The whole thing is always changing constantly. Weather, just how Ben wants to ride. I mean, so you're learning every day when you're on the track.
Yeah, I mean, we had a really big learning experience this past weekend. We went up to Sonoma. We're heading out on the track. It's 35 degrees outside, and we're running 80-90 weight oil in the transmission, because virtually all the testing and racing that we've been doing has been in, probably 90 degree plus weather, right? We've been out at Palm Springs, been up to Laguna Seca, and out to Utah. And so here we are crunching in some cold weather, and we ended up bending a shift fork in the transmission. Was that due to, maybe having some miles put on that transmission, the thicker, heavier fluid in it? I'm sure there's a mixture of combinations that caused it, but it changes things. You start playing in, temperature drops like that.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you could say race proven when you do your stuff.
Absolutely. I mean, if Uncle Alan can get through it on the dyno, and then you let Ben running around the track, I think that's pretty good.
For sure. So you took a stock road glide. What's the weight you've got it at right now, or if you want, or around the weight?
Well, we took 200 pounds off of it. So,
wow.
I mean, I know you look at a motorcycle. I mean, think about hitting the gym and, looking at those big plates, how you take, 200 pounds off, but, it's just a little bit here, a little bit there.
Right. Well, the Flying Pig, I have a feeling you're going to get podiums more often.
Yeah.
Well, we hope so. I think we've got a solid team, and I think we've got the right pilot. So
yeah.
I mean, you got Ben Bostrom, who was a road racer, riding, and he really wasn't a Harley guy his whole life. Now he's riding a bagger.
Yeah, he's got a little love for HD in him. He road raced the 883s for a while, so he knows the pain. He knows the pain and suffering of working on them too.
Gotcha.
Right.
Yeah.
So you have a family, or what's your deal?
Oh, we're talking family now. Three kids. We're 2, 4, and 6. The wife and I were down in the trenches. We're just, we're swinging away. We don't even know what we're swinging at half the time. But life is good. Feeling very blessed.
Well, it's fun to see pictures of the kids and how big they're getting, and soccer and baseball and all the fun stuff you're into right now. That's a great time of life. Trust me.
And I can see that, already, even with the 6-year-old, it goes pretty quick, huh?
Oh yeah. Yeah. Before you know it, they'll be calling you pops.
Next thing you know, you're drinking beer with them, and then you're chasing them down the freeway at 100 mile an hour, or what?
Exactly.
Right. Do we have a picture of that? Can we talk about the W3?
Well,
and will Luke be able to see this picture?
he might be able to. He already has the picture, but I'm just trying to figure out how to put it up on here because
There's the picture.
It's a program. Yeah, I don't know if I have the option to do that right now.
All right.
What do you got behind you there, Luke?
Nothing.
I see 3 beautiful engines.
With a twin cam. You can see right here, you got 2 holes, 2 camshafts, a twin cam, and then this is a Milwaukee 8. So this is what the guts of a Milwaukee 8 look like. We went back to the Evolution style engine where you've only got 1 camshaft. A couple of the components are interchangeable between the Milwaukee 8 and the twin cam, but there's your main difference between the the guts of it. I don't know. Does any of your viewers out there have any questions? They want some zooms in on either of these camshafts, or
some zooms? I'll get a couple comments out of the way real quick.
All right, go for it.
Let's see here. So Ty said he got 121 horse, 130 torque with a Reaper 472 on his CVO 117.
Nice.
Let's see. And
It's
then
very nice.
Tom says new project with a little cosmetic restoration needed, but he just picked up an 06 CVO V-Rod, one owner, 117 stage 4, some kind of shock. So maybe, hey, shit. I guess he's already got stage 4, but it sounds like he's got something going on. Someone said, that's right. This right here is why you buy this man's parts. He's got the know-how, you know.
Exactly.
I like that guy.
I like that guy. Tom Miller, shout out to you guys. Excellent videos. Just recently watched the Northeast videos, Massachusetts, Maine, etc. Very nice.
Thank you.
Excellent.
Weston Customs tells me I need to get another FXR. We just finished up one with an SNS 111. I had an SNS 96, but 111's killer. Yeah. Do we have any questions for Luke? I know the Instagram people can't see him, but the YouTube people can. If you guys have any questions, we'll make sure
we
to
didn't
ask
think about that, did we?
Well, I thought about it, but it's
Who can't see this beautiful face here? Come on.
well, Instagram is just on a phone taped to a Pelican case.
Yeah.
And
You don't have to give them all the details.
I'm giving them the details, but the YouTube people see what our YouTube sees, the camera, your stream. You know.
Right.
So, Luke, you guys were hacked on your Instagram account, and so this is another platform to let people know that you're back up and running. Your platform's solid right now. You know, that was kind of a major experience for you guys for a few days, for sure.
Yeah, it was. I think it was. It was pretty ugly. It's eye-opening, and I tell you what, it's happening. I mean, not only with the social media stuff, Instagram accounts, what have you, but businesses themselves. And I know quite a few businesses down here in San Diego area, even outside of this industry. And I know some, that have recently been hit pretty hard within this industry. But I mean, it's happening, and they're. I'm definitely not an expert in this deal, but they seem to be wanting Bitcoin, and I don't know. I'm listening and hearing, doing some recon work on this, and I really think that a lot of these hackers are getting in. I don't know if they call it the keystroking or key typing, where they're actually, I think having a heyday on people's phones, where you open up a link, or maybe it's an app that's running in your background that gets hacked into, and they're actually able to watch you type right on your phone. They're actually watching your keys. And or now with everybody that's doing Zoom meetings, whether you're working at home or wherever you are, everybody's got cameras on their computers now, or they even have separate cameras. And you got to be careful where those things are being pointed, because these hackers are actually watching right through the cameras and watching you type. So it's real, and it's definitely not going to go away.
Speak of the devil, we just got like 9 comments from an account that says "Love Face XYZ, watch Stream Girls here." So that seems like a hacker right there. We did have a.
Oh shit! Maybe we shouldn't have had him on.
We had a viewer.
You communicate with the hackers?
He did.
I did. Yeah, we went. Well, it was no longer really. He wasn't considered a hacker at that point, because it was his account, and he kept reminding me that this is my account. And he was right. And we had the feds involved with it, and there's very little that they can do, especially when you start talking this cryptocurrency stuff. But
so that's,
hey, you learn from it.
The shake hands and the honor and doing business like good old real people. You have people that do that. They are the lowest dirty rat snitch punk ass. I would love to
Well,
I just hate that.
I know, I hate it too, but let's not talk bad about it, because that's karma. And Luke had to talk to him.
Well, hey, we had a viewer come in last week, and he came to.
Well, maybe my next job is going to be a professional negotiator. I don't know. Maybe put that in the resume.
Well, we're trying something new here with technology today as well. We stopped doing our Instagram lives on Monday. They went away from IGTV, and so that's where we used to store them, and we'd get views, multiple views on them, thousands of views, and now they kind of just get lost on the grid. And so we also are talking on Monday to a group, an audience, and then we repeat ourselves the following Thursday. And so we're trying to maybe just lump these two together. So we're going to check it out.
Is this a repeat?
No.
There is no repeat now because we're just doing it all on one day.
All in one day.
So Baggers and Cruisers said the stream froze right when the hacker talk came up. So we do actually have a couple questions. So number one from GWash08 on Instagram, do you recommend head work with cam upgrades?
It depends on how crazy you're going to get with your build. Absolutely, there's always a time to do head work. The Milwaukee 8 stuff, there's really no use in doing the head work unless you're, getting into the 124, 128 plus range, and you're looking to, put some big camshafts in. And so that's something else to think about, kind of taking Milwaukee 8s aside here. There's a lot of camshafts that are advertised out there that are really big lift, right? Well, what we found, at least looking at our line, anything over the 521 lift really isn't, justifiable to put in an engine without head work. And then something else we've found with the Milwaukee 8s, it's not really just head work that you need to be looking at doing. It also means porting that intake manifold, a bigger throttle body, and you really should get that compression up. We like 11.7, 11.8 to 1 compression ratio kind of on any build with the Milwaukee 8s. Then you get into these bigger lift cams. Don't be afraid to get in, close to 12, 12.1, something like that. Twin cam engine, kind of very similar to the twin cam engine. If you're talking bolt-in camshafts, a mild big bore kit, yeah, you can do some head work to it, but you're really not going to see the advantage of the head work until you get pretty serious with it. So,
Cool. Up next, Daryl Oakes. How does the Screamin' Eagle power cam in a 114 compare to Feuling cams? Your thoughts?
We have some stuff on our website, in fact, doing kind of some side-by-side comparisons. That power package seems to be upper RPM heavy and leaving, I would say, a little bit more to be desired in the lower RPM range, especially on a 114. And really, when you look at the Feuling product line, and I'm hoping Lance and Galen can speak about this, but we really look at creating a wide power band. So you got plenty of get out of the hole, and then it's going to pull you up through the RPM range. There's some camshafts out there that are going to give you higher peak power numbers than what ours do, but there's also going to be less underneath the curve, if you will. And so there's always a give and take when you start talking camshafts, head work, where you want to, increase your peak number, you're going to sacrifice, down low. So we really look at trying to give somebody the widest power band. These are extremely heavy motorcycles. They're really long push rods in them. They're not high RPM engines. So I know that's what we look for, is a wide power band.
Well, the thing I remember about my 2018 with the 465 lift, you could take off on the line and have great power, but I really loved it when you were 3, 4, 5, and you could take those to the limit, and they felt like they just wanted to keep going, and I love that.
Yeah, I did the bigger cam on the last bike, which was it's a 117. I think we did a 521 cam in that. And it was still had some down low, but where it came alive is at about 2,900, 3,000 RPM, and it was a screamer. I mean, I think, Luke, we ended up with 121 or 122, 130.
That sounds about right.
Same numbers that Ty said he got on his CVO. He just used a 472.
Yeah, he was a little lower, but
so riding with yogurt, I'm just saying this because I know this answer is going to determine, if he spends his money. So Luke, you might want to answer this carefully. No, I'm kidding. But he said the best canyon cam for a punch out of the corners, would that be the 465?
In a 114?
Yeah, 114. I guess it depends on how you ride, but
in a 114, absolutely. That's what we'd recommend.
Cool.
And you I mean, you've got kind of the bolt-in cam chest kits. You've also got the full kits with beehive springs and push rods. And talk a little bit about the lineup you've got there, whether you can do something just simple to, hey, let's get into this a little bit more.
Well, once you get into, I guess, above the 472 grind that we have, then we're talking a 508 or a 521, and you have the 521 in that 117 CVO of yours. The one that starts opening up Pandora's box, if you will. You start looking at those bigger camshafts, and now you're taking cylinder heads off because you really need to do valve springs to them. The 472 cam is the max lift that you can run, and that still be a bolt-in. So you get into the bigger lifts, and then you're pulling the heads. We always recommend anytime you're putting valve springs in that you're also doing a valve job. We really look at, doing the job right. So, sealing up the valves on a performance build is always something that you want to do. And then, of course, that opens up, like I said, Pandora's box. Do you want to go to a big bore kit while you're there? Do you want to add a little bit of compression? So as soon as you start, going to those bigger cams, it kind of, changes up the recipe a little bit. And I definitely would like to, throw out that any of the viewers out there have any questions, don't hesitate whatsoever. Give us a shout, send us an email, reach out to us through one of the social platforms. And, we'd like to get you, at least our recommendation of the recipe or formula that would work best for your riding style. So, if you're riding 2 up a lot and you're loaded, do you have the pizza box on the back because you got to carry your cowboy hat with you? You got to have these options out there and, build the bike, for your riding style.
So you figured out that he keeps the hat in the pizza box.
I thought it was in the pizza box.
It is. But we have questions every week about where he keeps the hat, and it's like, guys, he's got a tour pack. Where
I think what I need is a little piece of leather. And I need to hang it on the back, like a
little piece of Leatherman.
It's like a drag.
Yeah.
So we got a little bit of a more specific question from Jerry Winfrey. He said, with the 131 Screaming Eagle build, would you go with your 508 or 521 cam?
521, because you now have the cubic inch. So the advantage of the 508, some of the smaller cubic inch engines, are that it revs up quicker. So with that big cubic inch, you no longer need the power down low per se, because you're doing it with, cubic inch. So 521, we've had great success with that as a bolt-in into those factory or Screaming Eagle 131s.
So what are you running on the wheelie on the pig?
Which was
the flying pig. So you've got 13 to 5 on compression on that, right?
Yeah, we're 13.5 twin compression. That's what we call the larger stroke engine, and we're our 592 cam in it. We've been grinding some camshafts. We had some stuff that we thought looked really good on paper, and it just really created a bunch of work. And it kind of goes back to, you brought up earlier, we were working on that 3-valve head. And I think what we're seeing with this 4-valve head, because the way that the valves are, is they're right across from one another. And so what you get is what they call cross flow. And so you get what's coming into the cylinder head, you give it the option to be able to fly right across inside the combustion chamber and right out the exhaust pipe. And so I don't know if we've maxed out what we can do on camshaft with these engines. We've got another 3 grinds that we're going to hopefully run this coming week and see if we can't figure something else out there. But the benefit of going to the 3-valve over the 4-valve is you put the, I don't know, I can hold my fingers, but you put the exhaust valve in the middle of the 2, and therefore the air can't flow right across into the opposite valves. So it kind of knocks it down some, if you will. But I think that's one of the limitations that we're fighting at getting into these, extreme performance engines right now.
So, that's how much research and development and work you guys do. You've been in the submarine, right? I know it's top secret, but you have a really small submarine. You shrink down, you go inside of the air intake, and you cruise that engine while it's working. Because I know you know that much about it.
Tell anyone about that.
Look, I'd love to, sprinkle a pixie dust over here and then just go for a little ride.
Yeah.
Kind of jump on your magic carpet ride.
What was that movie where the dude was inside the body?
Right. And they went and float submarine around. What was that? It was a movie out
there.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Let's see, we got
submarine. What?
Yeah.
We got a great question. Online strips without clothing.
Yeah.
There's all these actors are hopping on here, sketchy.
What's going on
I
here?
don't know here.
We started talking about Bitcoin.
We've never had that issue.
We had a viewer who came to get some parts maybe a week or two ago, and he said he kind of fell victim to the whole Bitcoin thing. And I guess the way they do it is they make you post a video saying I gave them 300 and they sent me 30 grand, but they make you change your login email.
Oh,
That's like essentially like telling it's the same exact thing as changing your password.
Right.
So then they just take your account and boom, done. But anyway, let's see if we got.
What
any
are these
questions
like
here.
yellow, the circle ones?
Circle
this?
ones?
Yeah, who was that?
That's a guy's account.
One with the check. That's the sketchy one.
Oh,
I
that's
know.
a
What's
careful
going on?
That's the I don't know.
Luke, come on, buddy.
Yeah, maybe he's dogs.
Bringing them down.
We're down here in Oceanside. They say it's a sunny place for shady people. You know, I don't know.
Ooh.
Well, I guess we probably should have waited another week or two before we had you in to make sure you're clean.
Yeah.
So, but on a serious note, it's these are not parts that are just made and sold. They're actually tested, and I think people are seeing that on here. And that's like you said, you could call Feuling, you can email Feuling, and they will get back to you. They have techs here. They have great guys there that know what's up and know which way to guide you, and that's good.
We've seen Evan and Cameron wrenching on bikes.
Yeah.
We've seen them wrenching in the shop, and I think it's a good point, you know, for people that haven't seen it. We did a whole tour at Feuling.
Yeah.
And I think that's a good video for people to go back and watch because it's going to show you how the tolerances and how all the megrometers or whatever they're called and all the
Right.
stuff that he's doing
The
to micro
The love. It's the love.
the love
Love.
shack in there.
Right. The passion building.
But it's not like it's an assembly line of stamp and parts, and it's people. It's taking this and measuring that and doing. I mean, it's
great.
There's some definitely love behind it.
So we did have a question from Lawrence Brandt. He's asking, what kind of power is that W3 pushing that you're rocking right now?
Well, it's a little conservative. I'd say, it's any day you could throw it on a dyno. It's going to put down $180, $185 to the tire, both
Wow.
horsepower and torque.
Love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was fun to watch you on that. That's the second year you've taken that, and when you just snap that throttle, it's just you're gone.
Yeah, he's taken the W3 to Sturgis twice with us.
And wasn't it fun to get the throttle cable? Did you fix that yet?
No, I'm still riding it with it.
No, really?
Yeah, I haven't got around to doing it, but I want to put one of the quarter turn throttles on it, and so it's going to require a whole new cable anyways. And so I just been riding it like it is. In fact, I sent Dom a picture of it last week. Said, "Hey, it's still going."
I mean, it was pretty gnarly. Like even after we did that little fix on the way into Durango, when you crack on the throttle, I mean, it's on any, say you're with a buddy on a twin cam and you see him scream off, you hear the motor and it's proportional to the amount that he's scooting away. But on that thing, you just look and all of a sudden you hear the motor and you're just fucking gone. It's just insane.
So you can't ride that this year. You got to get back on your dyno or something.
I'm going to ride the fixer this year.
There you go.
We had another good comment. It said all three bikes, first, second, and third at the Bagger Racing League GP class had all fueling parts inside. Only proves how good the parts are.
Oh, there you go.
Yes,
Boom.
sir.
Thank you for noticing.
Let's see here.
So you did outfit the three other bikes? Because one was...
We did.
Okay.
We did the Saddleman bike. In fact, that's one, I guess originally we helped, supply the engine and tune it.
Yeah.
And then the Trask bike, I'm not exactly sure what they've got in for a camshaft. It may be one of ours, but I know they've got, our oiling system and some other components in it as well. So, yeah, That was nice to see. I think it speaks volumes out there, too, for the oiling system. So,
Absolutely.
Yeah, for sure.
So we got an interesting comment, not a question or anything, but I guess he's just talking about his build. So Tom Miller says he said using aftermarket billet cylinders on an M8 build, 143 cubic inch, 4.5 bore, and stroke and a short stroke 139, but with the short stroke of a 107. You know, I'm not really sure if he's asking or anything there, so scratch that. But Jerry Winfrey says, thank you, Luke, and thank you, Tulane. And Glenn is asking, do you set up a tent for business at Sturgis?
We do not. We may set something up this year, but really like to, go and enjoy the ride with the boys. And, we kind of make the rounds to some of the guys that are set up out there. We've got a lot of guys supporting us, dealers. We like to support them.
So, speaking of rides, what's name one or two of your most favorite rides, whether they're with us or something else you've done with Mama San?
What's that? You cut out on me.
Some of your favorite rides, whether it's with us or with Mama, whoever.
Mama San.
Mama San, I don't know.
Mama San? Mama? The wifey?
Wifey.
We did back from Sturgis here a couple years ago. We hopped on the dresser. I flew her in, and we did the whole gamut back. 110 degrees. We're gonna go check out the where are we at in Utah? It's got the arches,
Moab?
isn't it?
Moab.
Somewhere over by Moab. We spent the night in Moab. Went and did arches the next day. I don't know. Yeah, I think it was 110 degrees. I've got this picture that I took, selfie of us, and she was so stoked that it was. You took me to arches in August or whatever it was, right? It was beautiful, but we had a great time.
You won some points there. What do you think your most favorite ride's been?
It's just like traveling. Well, I think my favorite ride was the first year we all rode together. And we got to relive this year, but I do call it's like raining. We're going through, I believe it's the 4 points, right?
Yeah.
And this is where I realized that we really need to stop at all the, the historic point sites of interest, what have you. And hopefully your followers are picking this up to know how genuine you guys are. And I'm going to say especially Pops, because it's like, I remember we were kind of on the gas. It was getting late and it was raining. And the look of disappointment when nobody stopped at the 4 points. So I want to chalk something up for me that I stopped. We got the group turned around and we went back and we got our picture, right?
We did. Yes. There you go.
Yeah, he was not very happy. And you were leading the pack.
We got there though, didn't we?
We
yeah,
sure
something
did.
clicked in your head and you went, wait a second. I remember the look. I got to stop.
So the funny part about that story is we actually got our picture and there was a family in front of us and Luke took their pictures. And so we ended up rolling up to this gas station. We all gas up. They come rolling in their motorhome and get out and they're laughing. And they pull up the phone and they show us Luke had taken a selfie of himself in their photos, and they were all busting up and cracking up over that. It was pretty funny.
That was good.
You did get the family shots too, but you did have to engage them with one of your beautiful headshots.
So
right,
we got a trip coming up in the first week of February where the Tulane Life crew and their good friend Randy, we're going to be on Pan Americas on a journey from our studio up into a cabin in Mojave somewhere and up in the Kern area. So we're going to be adventure bike dudes.
I like that. You guys might even play with some of that white stuff on the ground too, huh?
You never know.
There will probably still be snow.
We just rolled through there, on Sunday, and there was white stuff in the mountains.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we're going to play it by ear, see where we end up going, either back way into Kernville or what have you, but should be a fun time. We also have the wives. We're doing some filming with Harley next week for one of their campaigns.
I like that.
Yeah.
Well,
that's a good time, huh?
Yeah.
Good time. I was going to say, before we get into the nitty gritty of maybe some details with the giveaway, I'll just get a couple more comments out of the way. So that guy that was talking about that build on the motor, he was just basically saying That's a bulletproof way to build an M8. You know, he said start with a dark horse flywheel, add parts for moonshine and fueling, and then you are good to go with power and reliability. Let's see here. Then we got Smoke Clear
I
saying,
think even to backtrack, I think when you were reading off his comment earlier, he was saying use the crankshaft out of the 107, which would be what they call the short stroke, and I'd be in 100% agreement there.
Gotcha. Then we got Smoke Clear. First time on your live stream. Keeps disappearing. Love what you guys do. Thanks for showing what our country is all about when we celebrate freedom.
Welcome to our live stream.
Yes.
Every Thursday, unless we're traveling.
Alex says, I flew down to Dallas, Texas in April, picked up my Road Glide I had bought and rode it back home to Long Island, hitting the tail of the dragon during my route, 1,800 miles in 3 days, and the bike was bone stock.
Nice.
Yeah.
Boom. So, yeah, why don't we share a little bit about the giveaway post that we're going to be putting up tomorrow. I guess I'll do the sharing. So as you can see here in this beautiful box right here, 2-lane, on the 2-lane account, we're going to be putting up a post, and we are going to be giving away a race series cam plate and oil pump for an M8 motor. Basically, all you guys have to do is be following Feuling Parts on Instagram as well as 2-lane, and you're going to tag 3 friends. So stay tuned for the post. We will put up a post on the YouTube community page as well as sharing it all over social. And I guess in the meantime, I think what we're going to do is give away some Feuling swag while we're on the air right now.
Yeah, why don't we do that? Why don't we? I've got a couple hats.
I think I'd like to give away something too. Maybe we could do even 2 of these if you guys want to. We got this new bitchin' tire pressure gauge that we're kind of put together to hand out as some Christmas presents. But nice little unit.
All right.
If you want to add that into your mix of stuff you're doing.
So let's see, Galen, what do you think? Should we give away his little Dinkelheimer live right now, or should we do it on Instagram?
Let's do that live, and we've got a couple hats and a t-shirt, extra large.
All right, so the first person to type in the comment section Feuling Parts spelled correctly will win that gauge. Action. Let's see, and it's the first person to pop up on mine, so let's see who it is. We are waiting.
Is this real?
Is this real?
No, it's real.
Is it real time?
Yeah.
Is it real time? We got Duff Beer. Oh, you know what? No. We got 2 Feuling, but the first one to spell it correct was Tom Miller.
Tom Miller was talking
about
the first 3 were UE. It is EU. So let me actually just take a quick little.
We still have a couple more.
Oh, are we going to do the shirts that way too, or
do the shirts and the hats that? Hold on.
Well, we'll do his way because we already gave away the secret.
All right, now let's do Galen.
You're at the gas station filling up. You know, begin fueling.
Begin fueling.
So check this out, Luke. Galen, he gives out his phone number and takes like the first and second caller they call him.
I just took a screenshot of that.
So you got William Miller won the air gauge, right?
It said Tom Miller.
Tom Miller.
So he needs to message us.
He needs to message you.
So we can get
I took a screenshot so we can reach out to him. Now they're kind of all. This guy said Faith U Arts. I think that's spelled a little bit off.
Faith U Arts.
Damn autocorrect. Oh, that that could have been it for the first couple. They might have just got autocorrect. So they're first. All right. So then, you know what? For those on Instagram, sorry, that was for YouTube.
Hey, Joey.
Here.
It looks like we get a call.
We'll get you a Feuling. What do you want? The cap or a shirt?
Let's see.
Do it on speaker.
No.
Put it right here.
Hold on. So this is Joey Varela. We rode with him. We met him the first year in Sturgis.
Yes.
He walked up, and then right after that, the next year we saw him. We were cruising. We were handing chips on the highway to him.
So he snuck a phone call in for a win.
Sorry about that, guys.
You're good.
In there, but so just wanted to join with you brothers and tell everybody that I appreciate what you guys are doing for the community, and I love seeing your videos. Jay, you do great. with all the footage you capture. And
Thank you, sir.
You guys you're doing great.
Well, we
Thank you.
appreciate you and your brother and the whole family and the crew that you guys run with.
Yeah. We like to, post as much as we can. We keep up with you guys. And as always, I like to run, Little Lance's parts. And for me, I like to support, small American business. And I love that you guys are, Lance and Little Lance, father and son, me and my dad and my brother, we ride together. So that's special to us. And,
Awesome.
it just means a lot to see you guys giving back to the community.
Well,
That's
you're
all.
a small business owner too, and so it
Thank
makes,
you.
And Joey, just look, no more of these naked big hat beer photos. I can't stand to see those.
So let's say this. Okay, that was credit that to Jace.
I know.
We're gonna revamp. We got a new one coming up this year, and we're gonna do a little bit of, we're gonna be soft on the eyes for everybody this year.
No, I'm
We're
just
gonna
kidding.
do
Keep
that
it
way.
going, dude.
It's just a funny thing that had happened. But
Well, it was funny as hell.
yeah, we're ready for this year. We're ready to ride. We're ready to jump with everybody. And, it was kind of a little social media stunt as well. We just wanted to throw it out there and see if we could get a laugh. That's all.
Well, you did well, my man. And thanks for calling. We're going to jump into another call here.
Thank you for the support, man.
All right. Thanks. Appreciate it. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
We had a comment saying, I got Galen's personal number if anyone wants it. Or if you want to win. So we got some cheating going on here.
All right. So 818-207-7084. The next two callers will give a hat and a shirt away. 818-207-7084.
This is kind of cool. You just get to hold it up to the mic here.
Yeah.
We get to
Let's
hear
see
it.
And just keep in mind, we're trying to get these away. So it's.
Also, this is live. So for anyone watching the upload, don't call them at 3 a.m., please. Or do.
Here we go. This is Galen.
I feel like
Oh, hold on one second.
We're live, baby.
This is Galen.
Hey, it's Drew. What's up?
Hey, Drew, how are you?
I'll write that down.
Just watching you guys while I pack.
All right, so text me your address when we hang up. I got to get another call. Thanks for calling in.
Thanks, man.
Appreciate you. All right, bye-bye. This is Galen. Hello. Okay. Oh, last one, and we're through here. This is Galen.
Hey, what's up, Galen? This is Sammy.
Hey, Sammy. Welcome. Thanks for the support, and we'll get you a hat. Would you text me your address, please?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Love you guys for the show.
Appreciate
Thank
it. Thanks,
you.
buddy.
Got one
Bye-bye.
more.
Last one.
Oh,
Hey, Brad. This is Galen.
Hey, Galen, Brad Jones here, Iowa Hog Rider. How we doing?
Good. How are you?
Well, a little chilly here in Iowa.
Okay.
Iowa.
A little chilly in Iowa. So, hey, do me a favor. What shirt size are you?
Usually large.
All right. I'm going to ship you a large shirt. Would you text me your address just so I can get that taken care of?
I can do that. You should have my address. You've sent me some stuff before.
I know. I
appreciate it.
recognize the name. We appreciate your support, Brad.
Hey, I really enjoy what you guys do. Keep doing what you're doing. You're doing a great job. I look forward to everything that comes out.
Thanks,
Thank you.
my friend.
Thank you very much. That inspires us.
all right.
That's it. Thanks, guys.
I'm going to beam Luke back in, and hopefully he's not picking his nose. There he is. All right. So Galen's phone is currently blowing up. Ramblin' Man HD says, you guys should have buzzers for us to use.
Yeah.
Yeah, we might have to get like a different line but Galen doesn't mind those 3
That's
a.m.
all right.
calls.
Luke,
You know.
what do you think
this
about
is
that?
like one of those. This is like one of those call-a-thon deals, right?
Right?
Yeah. Sorry to interrupt there, but hey, we've got 3 or 4 people now that are going to be sporting some fueling.
Hell yeah.
I love it.
So it looks like we had a couple comments saying people, what do you say? Instagram was pretty choppy. I had to switch. And I'm looking at Instagram and there's like a whole 4.5 people watching. So maybe YouTube is our deal. Who knows?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, once again, online
What's
strips
happening
without
with
clothing. We're getting these comments from the bots. Anyway, so what else do we got to tell the people?
Can we see him?
We can see him. There's a little lag there while you guys were talking. I just showed you so you could do his name.
Gotcha. Well, Luke, first of all, we want to just thank you for, the friendship that's been built over the years. Oh, maybe is that what's happening?
You're good. You're good on my end.
Okay. It's amazing to meet guys of like mind. And I too think one of my favorite trips was our first Sturgis trip.
That was great.
And all of them have been pretty awesome, but we didn't know each other well. We didn't know riding styles well. And there were just no issues, and there haven't been any issues on any of the trips that we've taken. There's no drama. There's no
Never.
like we got to, and that year we had to change up the ride. Every year we've changed up the ride. Bob's bike, Lance's bike was a smoker.
Yeah.
Crop duster. We ended up at your cousin's, we're at the golf course there and changed all the oil and just, to the naked lady at the Best Western. I mean, it was just.
Well, I think we have a rule that if you're on a trip and you don't get along, like we all get along, like you said, very easily. If you don't, you're not on the trip with us.
No, you can't be.
You can't be.
But that was a great time just getting to know the guys, and I think we do it right. I think we spend 4 or 5 days getting out there, and we've gone almost a different way every year.
Yeah.
And actually, Dom, Lance, and I are the guys that started riding home every year.
Right, we did.
And now we've got some of the other dudes jumping in on that. But what a good time, man! And to the Walla Walla, onion story, like.
Oh, the rosé, baby.
Could we have you just do like when we're doing it live? You don't need to cuss overly loud, but you can.
Are we doing it live?
We're doing it live.
Do one of your big ones.
We'll do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live.
Yeah.
Baby.
Yeah.
We're doing it live. I love you guys. Thanks for having me on.
Hey,
and let all your viewers know to reach out to us, any questions that they've got, and see if we can't, put the recipe together for them. And what do you guys say? We'll, see you on down the road, or did I steal that line, or tell me what to do here?
You're more than welcome to say it. If you're ready to go, you can see him down the road.
You tell me. Do we want to talk about some more stuff? Does anybody want to hear about?
If you got anything else to say, we're all ears.
Yeah. Do you have anything else you want to say?
Feuling Gorilla rocker shafts.
What do we got there?
We got a new product we developed, came from racing. Rocker shafts, kind of a simple part, some might think. We figured out how to double the strength of them. And on the Milwaukee 8, that's something that's I don't know, apparently it's needed because we figured out that you needed it. So I don't know, you might consider these in your next build.
That sounds like if you're going to do it, you might as well do it all.
Do it right, baby. Do it right.
That's right.
So they're called the Gorilla
rocker shafts, double the strength of anything on the market. What do you think?
So that's your latest R&D, and they're out and ready for sale now, or what's up?
They're in inventory. They're at Drag Specialties warehouse. They're ready for you.
Okay. We'll have to add that to our. Can we sell those?
Absolutely.
All right.
So yeah, you can get a lot of your fueling information right from us as well. And then if we have to pass it on to Luke, we do.
All right, so you guys are going to do a giveaway with the vented dipstick. You're going to do a giveaway with an oiling system, or we doing that later down the road, or?
We'll do the vented dipstick here in the next week or so, maybe a New Year's gift.
Yeah, so I think the oiling system was for the Instagram post. We're going to have to tag 3 friends and be following both of our pages. And then I think we'll figure something else out probably before the New Year's for the vented dipstick. I think is the idea.
Yeah. And we'll do that one for the YouTube followers.
Okay.
And we'll figure out how.
And we've got quite a few different fitments. So whoever ends up winning this stuff, they want to a black cap, polished cap, or maybe they've got a twin cam or M8, we'll do what we need to do to get them the right fitment color that they want. And that also goes for the oiling system. We can swap stuff around to whoever the winner is to make things right.
That's awesome.
And then Tyus TV Oglide is asking, are they available now, the rocker shafts? I know you said that Drag has them, so probably the next 4 or 5 weeks, hopefully sooner.
No, they've got them in inventory.
Okay,
we've got them in inventory, so they're ready.
So we'll put them up on our site, Ty, and you can grab one.
Yes, sir.
So hang tight, Ty.
There you
we'll
go.
have it on the site, and you can go ahead.
Hey, shout out to all your employees there, Luke, as well. I mean, all the guys are great. Call and ask a question. And as you said earlier, like email and that, everyone's so responsive. We've had the luxury of getting to know them pretty well as well. And you got a great team and a great crew.
Thank you. It's always good to hear that. And, we're very fond of everybody here. Got a great crew.
Yeah, so go back and look at our video, guys, and find our tour of Feuling, because we ride up through Julian, up in the mountains. We go into Oceanside, and we give you the Feuling Parts tour.
Maybe take it off the table. It's kind of loud on the mics. Okay, it's not.
You're supposed to, when you're in Julian, you're supposed to get an apple pie.
Yes, we did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I
don't think we did that time.
Only with the ladies.
We went back with the wife.
We were running late, but
that was got dark.
Anything else you want to share, Luke?
No, I just said, I love you guys, and glad to know you. Thanks for having us on, and know that we're here to support.
Merry Christmas.
And before he leaves, tell him, what did you say about? You said it earlier. You can't see him, but what?
When you put Feuling parts on your bike, you can't see them from the outside, but boy, you can feel them.
True that.
All right, well, one more comment for Luke and the boys over there real quick. Riding with Shags said, I've never heard of Feuling parts until I saw Two Lanes channel, and I will definitely use them from now on.
Yo!
And hey, he got the riser set up from us
he was
a week
rocking
and a half
his
ago,
monkey
and it's like
hangers.
40 degrees out there.
Yeah.
And he's been rocking around. He also got the pet carrier
Yep.
that we put up the saddle, and he had his dog out the other
He's
day.
taking his dog from New York to California.
Yeah, we're gonna see him in August.
Yes, sir.
So Luke, we're going to hang out a minute, but you go ahead and give us a see you down the road, and we'll cut you off.
All right, love you, boys. See you on down the road.
Christmas. Give the family hugs.
Later.
All right, we'll do. Peace.
Let's hear it.
He heard it. He gave it.
He gave it.
I just removed him. All right, now we're chilling. We're at an hour 17, 30, 31, 32 seconds. People are digging it. We got a whole 5 people on Instagram Live.
Well,
I think it's because we're not interacting quite as much.
Yeah, and we're also not
on
our normal day.
Yep, no, exactly.
So you guys get a chance, check that video out. Then you can see a lot more personality with us at the Feuling place. And we sell the stuff. So you can go to our website and,
certain things can't sell in California, but we can get it hooked up for you. We got channels, and we've got Sea Bear and some others that are dealers as well. But geez, okay,
that's what you get for giving your phone out.
No,
he loves it. He loves it. I know.
This is the Adventist Health.
Oh, geez.
Yeah, now they're calling.
So that was great. You guys got to meet Luke at Feuling. Great stuff. Really puts his heart and soul into everything that they make. So you can trust and feel good if you're going to get that stuff.
The interesting thing to me, that first year we went to Sturgis, I think it was the first year, they were unveiling,
they were just fresh on the cams. And stuff.
But
on our stuff for Milwaukee.
No, what I'm thinking about is the first year before they unveiled the M8.
Gotcha.
They had the M8 in Sturgis.
Right.
And to watch him kind of maneuver through all the different dealers and people he knows in the motorcycle and auto community.
Right.
It's just amazing. So the R&D and all the work he gets a ton of support. American made, it's quality stuff. I couldn't believe the difference in the heat change that it made getting the oiling system in place.
Right.
You know, usually, especially in the summer when it's kind of that hot, but it's noticeable.
Yeah.
You know, so
that was great.
kudos to him. And,
It was
and what a great family he's created, and what a great team he's building.
Yeah, and we'll try and get for one of our guests coming up at some point. We're going to try and get Brian Clock on here too. Brian, you hear that? And
Yeah,
you can,
Brian's going to jump on for sure.
and you can give your story. And it's kind of like a Feuling. You know, it's
another one of those brands where he's passionate about what he does. He has products that are proven.
Yes.
You know, and a lot to share.
I mean, he owns the company Clockworks, just like Luke with Feuling, and they go to all the events. They get down and dirty with everybody.
Yep.
So we'll bring him in. You hear that, Brian?
You hear that, Brian?
Coming at you, Brian.
Yeah.
Coming at you.
So what's also fun is we would never know Joey Barella.
No, right.
And this channel, you know, allows us to meet Joey Barellas, the Shannons of the world, the Shags of the world. I mean, we haven't met him yet, but
I think we might.
Oh, Enemy of GLaDOS, for example. He pulled up on us and at Clockworks. We met him. He was a longtime follower. I mean, and the list goes on. You know?
Well, and even like just what happened last week in Arizona, Zach was the one that directed us. So Zach was living across the street from his brother and had another buddy of his. They were in the service together. They were in the service together. He moved out here, tells us to go to Tortilla Flat. Next thing you know, a year later, we're having coffee with him.
Right.
And it was cool to get to know him. And he's got a young family and doing well. And it was just, you know, it's fun to kind of get and interact with this group of people that have become our friends.
You shake hands with America, you go places, and then next thing you know, they're all in your living room hanging out with you.
Well, I knew we were going on live today with Luke, so I wanted to give him a present, which is my Christmas socks.
Nice.
Sprinkly trees. That's all I got.
So, yeah, we got some great stuff. The stuff that we have going online right now on the YouTube channel is really epic. We got it's getting better. We have stuff that's mind-blowing, but I'm looking forward to riding the Pan America.
I am too. And Tulane Jay's done a pretty damn good job over the last 18 months.
Yes.
Well,
It was interesting,
so.
though, to see a little bit of him interacting with Zach, to me.
Yeah.
And he's going to have to probably have a mini-me at some point.
Yes.
Because to get a couple different camera angles and you know, the interview stuff, I think at some point we got to find a mini-me.
Yes.
Maybe they don't ride, maybe they drive,
you know,
and you and I switch off in the passenger seat.
No.
I'm
on forever two wheels, baby.
Forever two
wheels.
But yeah, we
have a special shout out to Gilbert as well. He says, riding with Shag, says Gilbert gets better every week.
Yes.
He's learning the ropes, you know.
Yes.
You see him almost clip that pine tree at the lighthouse. That was so close.
That was gnarly. I mean, Lance was like, tree. I'm like, I see it. And, you know, it was a little bit closer than it looked like from, 300 feet away or whatever. But that shot just made that little sequence.
Even the one over the water, I was like, up, because it looked like it was this close.
In Mount Lemmon, which I think even to date is one of my favorite drone shots, or Gilbert sequence aerial maneuvers. Gilbert was following you around a corner, and it was blind to me, and I'm just off the screen, and it's, I'm like a couple feet away from these rock structures on a left turn, and out of nowhere comes this like hanging, pinion or some kind of hanging looking tree over the rock, and I just made it over him, but I still kind of followed you through. So you guys stay tuned for that in the lemon drop. We just keep doing it,
You say watch it to the end so they can see stuff. I really believe that our real watchers, viewers that really follow us, I think they do. We just need to get everyone to do it.
I think they do. I mean, we got a comment the other day, whether it was in person or over the phone or on YouTube. Oh, I was only going to watch a minute of it, and then I watched the whole damn thing.
Right. Yeah.
And like for us, it's like there's, granted you try to keep the beginning of the video exciting, but now not that we didn't before, but now it's the whole video is exciting, and there's a section for everyone. Some people like history more. Some people like riding sequences and cool shots more. Some people like the food more. Just, so we throw a little something in there for everyone.
And we do us.
Well, and we did a few things a little different with the transitions and the different cameras with the slow motion and it just gives it so much texture,
Yeah.
and so we'll work to get a mini me at some point, but in the meantime,
Yeah.
In the meantime, in the words of Hog Rider, don't forget to smash that thumbs up.
that's right. We did have a comment. I just responded to him earlier. Can't believe you aren't at 200,000 subs yet.
We will be. We just got started.
It just takes time, but at the same time, and we appreciate the support. We
sure
love that,
do.
and
Right.
and the vote of confidence that gives. It's really cool.
Hellraiser says, I just wish the episodes were longer. Yeah, I rarely see the light of day just to get a 30-minute episode out. But hey, we'll keep that train going. And you know what? Depending on how we format these suckers, we might be able to do that. We're going to be doing a little experimenting in the next couple weeks with a trip that we're doing with kind of the format of our show, just to see how you guys like it. And you never know, it could make them longer, it could make them a little shorter, and we'll find out.
And see, this is the time where we need to get that camera that's facing over that direction.
Yes, we'll be working on
so
those.
We're working on the studio as well, where we can get, because we moved 2 lanes, Jay's desk around. It's like a presidential desk, right?
It is a presidential desk.
Well, we're always thinking, we're always creating, we're always changing,
Yep.
We're always making things happen, whether it's our floor plan in the studio office, whatever. So stay tuned, because 2022 is going to kick ass.
Gonna be an
Speaking of
epic
which,
year.
we did have a question from, who was it? Tom Miller, upcoming for 2022 Two-Lane Life. What's the deal?
So much stuff, so much cool filming, we're going to do a lot of cool things that are better than we've done, and some different things. And we're going to share more as time goes on, because we don't want to wreck your Christmas, because you'll be mind blown and you'll want Christmas to hurry up and go away and get into 2022. So,
Well, we can give them a little bit of stuff. So we're hoping to get into Kentucky and do a little ride out to Letitia Klein. We'd love to do a little bit of Pennsylvania ride, maybe a Liberty Bell kind of tour that we'd missed this year. Definitely Sturgis. I don't know. There's a town we're going to go to at some point and talk about that divulge some great history.
yes.
The first ride we're going to do at the beginning of the year, we're really going to go spend a quality amount of time from Seligman to Oatman, and we're going to document, stories and history on that section of Route 66.
We're going to get down and dirty and get in there deep.
So we're already lining up shop owners and historians, and that's what Josh was talking a little bit about format, but we'll see how you guys like. I think part of our discovery here is that there is a wealth of knowledge out there by people and the history of each place. We brush upon it, but we're not getting completely deep into it. And part of the videos we want to do this year would have more depth to them in that kind of area. We'll still ride. We'll still do our stuff.
Oh, we're going to have some radical riding videos.
But that'll be the
well.
first one that we film at the beginning of the year.
Wow.
And then we've got the pans in the first week of February.
From our studio to the mountains on dirt roads the entire way.
It's going to be crazy.
Yes.
And then we'll start hitting off. We'd like to get out and do that kind of Kentucky, Tennessee loop and see how we do there. And we got a number of plans that maybe we do a dude ranch or something.
Well, we got some cool stuff like that happening, but we have some really I like to say buddies now that actually work over at Harley, that work with us very well.
It's been fun.
Yeah.
It was great seeing them up at Zakar.
Yeah.
And, I can't wait to see what 2022 brings. We're not closing the year out yet, but we've got a lot of great plans coming up.
Boy, it's coming to an end quick, though.
It is. And your wife's birthday is at the end of the year. So you better
My
start
birthday's
planning
in
that.
February. I have already, I always run and gun that one, because I never have it planned.
The kids will plan it.
Yes, that's what my kids are.
There you go. So, hey, on to next week. We'll have a good drop next week.
Oh,
it's going to be that's our last. Is it the last one, Josh?
Yeah, it's the final East Coast run episode ending in Maine. We just have some killer stuff in there, a lot of history, some cool little spots we're checking out. And then after that, part of the video that is coming after that was filmed in Maine, but it's not technically an East Coast run. So stay tuned for next week, a week from yesterday, where we'll be doing our final drop.
Then the lemon drop.
Then the lemon.
And before we sign out here, so can you talk a little bit about the YouTube clips? Just so, because I don't know that we promoted much of that.
Yeah, so
we've got 36 subscribers.
Yeah, right. So we have another YouTube channel now called 2 Lane Life Clips. It's the same logo and profile picture as our current one, but reversed. So a white backdrop with the black logo. Basically, there we'll be putting a little more specific content. So say we went to a restaurant, we'll be putting that full section of that restaurant spot in there just as an example. So for those of you that might not have time or maybe not even interested in watching the whole deal, if you want to see stuff that's more specific, go to that channel, check it out.
But what is the clip?
That's called 2 Lane Life Clips.
Clips
is the channel.
You got to put clips in it.
Yeah, so just type in 2 Lane Life Clips under the channel search on YouTube, because we're not quite big enough to pop up yet as if you just type that in. But we'll also, if you check our descriptions and stuff, we'll put that in our Instagram bios and
what's
the link tree as well.
The time of the clip, roughly?
Generally, they're anywhere from like 3 to 8 minutes. But like I said, if we stop somewhere that has a really deep history, we'll put that full sequence, full section of, the history of this and that. So if you guys have a particular interest in something or just want to do a little more exploring into the nitty gritty, you can check that out. Give that a look. So we got Riding with Shag saying just subbed. I'll actually put a little link in here. So if you guys can chitter chat, I'll find that real quick.
I think we've had this wonderful guy, Aaron, come into the office the last number of weeks and I know he was friends with your daughter, but he's become our buddy and our friend and has helped us with some SEO and some other things, which is really cool. But he was mentioning these clips, and I look at it like the Joe Rogan podcast. And he's interviewing Jamie Foxx, and he really liked 4 or 5 minutes of the interview. Thought there was some good discussion that went on there, so he clipped that and he put it in his clips.
Right.
And that's kind of what we're doing. Is if it's a great food shot, if it's a great restaurant, if there's an interview,
even riding sections, like
riding sections,
exploring XYZ mountain on
like the Moki Dugway,
And
but it's if you only have 4 or 5 minutes, it's just an easy, quick.
Yes, sir.
Hopefully inspirational, motivational, I want to go do that.
Well, if you only have 4 or 5 minutes, check those out. But what you need to do is when you get home at night, finish your dinner, get the kids to bed, do whatever you got to do, blah, blah, blah. Put the popcorn on the stove, turn the YouTube channel on, lay back on the couch and watch the entire episode.
For sure.
Boom.
It helps us. It helps you. It helps everybody.
So, hey.
On that note, we will
subscribe to her.
Hold on one second. So just would you say this one more time for the giveaway?
For the giveaway, on that box, on the table, in that fueling box is a race series cam plate and oil pump. And we are giving that away. That is quite the value. We've teamed up with Fueling Parts to give that away. They've been real supportive enough to do that. So basically tomorrow, for those of you that are watching live, which will be Friday, December 17th, 2021, we will be putting up an Instagram post at some part during the day. It'll have instructions on there, but essentially you'll just have to tag 3 friends and be following 2 Lane Life and Fueling Parts on Instagram. And we'll probably let it run for maybe a week or so, and then we'll use a random comment generator to pick a winner, a lucky winner. And if it's something that doesn't fit, I believe they said that they can swap something out to make sure that whatever you win fits your bike.
Yeah.
Well, I think we said we're going to call the winner out Tuesday. So they've got Friday and Monday. They got the weekend.
Yeah, Friday, Saturday,
we better
Sunday,
post
Monday.
that stuff up.
Yeah, we'll do it tomorrow.
Yes, sir.
But thanks for having Luke join us and the team there and providing some wardrobe and also some parts. I think it's a awesome deal. So yeah.
And now, on that note,
subscribe to our website. There's some great stuff there and a great store, so you can go shopping. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Tell your friends, your family, whoever, to subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Whoever. Tell them all.
Tell them all.
Scream it at
grandma.
the top of your lungs.
Yeah.
Your babysitter,
Uh,
whatever you want to call it, huh?
Yep. We want to thank you for your support. As always, we love new folks coming into the channel. We love all of you that have been with us for the entire ride. Mash that bell. Give us a thumbs up. Make a comment. We love those comments. And with that,
We will
see you.
down the road.
Yes, sir. And we just had
Say
a
la
comment
vie.
real quick from Mitch from Australia. He's a big supporter. He just got his 2021 Road Glide. Yeah, shout out to Mitch. See
Yeah,
you down the
Mitch.
road.
Yo, Mitch.
All right, end broadcast, Instagram.